Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hideout. Thank you for coming. If I could please have your attention and ask you to help me welcome to the stage Clare Austen-Smith.
What's up, guys? How are you doing? Hell yeah, it's packed in here. Y'all got here early. You're like front row seat. There's one open seat here. Are you guys, oh no? Oh, he has a wife. He has a wife. Forgive me. Oh, and a beer. Okay, cool. Front row's doing good. It's Pride Month. Anyone here celebrating? Despite the fact I look like Lord Farquaad fucked Sandy from Greece, I'm queer, and I date men and women, everything in between, what have you. And people always ask me, what's the main difference between dating a man or dating a woman? And it's kind of just this one small little thing, just small. It's like only men are statistically likely to murder me. You know? You're on the third date and you get the bill and you're like, are we gonna split the check? Or are you gonna split me in half, Mark? I don't know. Put me in your trunk. I've been listening to so many podcasts. It could happen. I was doing a lot of research on the internet about incels the other day. I know, I was just like, let's have a bad day. Let's figure out what make these guys tick. So I got my dirty little paws on those keys and was on the World Wide Web. And one of their main tenets of belief is that women only wear makeup to trick men into thinking that we're hotter than we are. I wear makeup to trick myself into thinking there's a human woman staring back at me in the mirror. Like, if I didn't fill in my eyebrows, I wouldn't have any. And if I wasn't wearing copious amounts of foundation, you'd all be staring at a bare human skull. Wasn't born with enough skin. Wasn't one of those lucky babies. It came out and they had to do a little work. I think there's no shame in wearing makeup. If you are wearing it to look beautiful for someone else, whatever, like you spend 15 minutes, is a long time, making yourself look hot. And every time I leave the house and I've like put on a nice outfit, I never know which reflection I can trust. Like, what mirror should I base my self-esteem off of for the day? You know, like, is it my iPhone on selfie mode? Is it my bedroom mirror? Is it my roommate's bedroom mirror? Is it that one mirror that haunts me in my dreams every night at the end of the long, long hallway at the top of the tallest spire in the most wicked mansion, in which my reflection taps upon the glass and says, I'm getting stronger? Like, which one is the hottest? I do like being a woman, though. Yeah, I'm pandering right now. Eat it up. Like, for example, always more opportunities to leak. But when you're growing up, everyone warns you about your period, and no one talks about vaginal discharge. It's like, there will be blood and cottage cheese. And you're like 11 years old, and this stuff just starts coming out of you that can bleach your underwear. You're like, I'm not on my period. I'm not peeing. Is this glue? Every sleepover becomes this furtive operation to stash your underwear in your sleepover bag before someone can notice and go, oh, what orphan spilled gruel on your crotch today? And there's always this moment of catharsis, though, that I think many, many people have experienced, where you see someone else's underwear and you like look at it and make eye contact, and you're like, you too? Thank God. We are sisters in Chobani. We are not alone. But I also bleed. I'm kind of multi-talented. I get my period too. And I feel I get really bothered with tampons. I feel like sometimes I just go to work, it's not even 10 a.m. and I've already bled through my tampon, right? Sometimes I go to work, it's not even 10 a.m. and I've already bled through my tampon and my underwear. Sometimes I go to work, it's not even 10 a.m. and I've bled through my tampon, my underwear, my pants, my desk chair, a bale of hay, 2 bales of cotton, a Costco-sized roll of toilet paper, my own living father's will and testament, a framed portrait of George Washington Carver, a small dog, a yacht, 2 rocks, and a cloud. So annoying. So I use a Diva cup now. Y'all know what that is? Yeah, what's up, what's up? Diva cup. It's like a small plastic cup that you just shove up there like anything else. And it just catches all the blood. And if you take it out too fast, you can Jackson Pollock the back of your bathroom door. Or just spill yourself in a Taco Bell bathroom in Missouri. Which comes directly from personal experience. And it's very environmentally friendly, though. Like, you can use it a time and time again. You wash it. You know, it's good for the environment. You're not creating waste. And I also don't just bleed. I fuck, too. I got an IUD. And if you don't know what that is, it stands for, I didn't know it was going up that far. And my IUD is non-hormonal. If I so chose to, I could also recycle it. You know, it's pretty cool. Like, got the whole little logo going on right here. But the other day, I suctioned out my IUD with my Diva cup. Yeah, I didn't pay attention in physics class either. And so I was like in my bathroom floor, like full gargoyle position, hand inside, all the way up. And I just felt something hard, and I was like, is this a fang? What is coming out of me? Are you okay? So I went to the doctor. And she was like, please stop asking us to just shove it right back up there. Does not work that way. And she's like, it's fine. We'll just take it out and give you a new one. But we want to make sure everything's okay. Like, let's do a little ultrasound first, see how it goes, make sure it's all right. So they do this ultrasound and turn the monitor to me. And I was just like, what? There's how many spiders living where? Y'all know that? That's where they go. Right in the uterus. So anyway, I gotta have a new IUD now. Brand spanking new. But it's kind of like a vanity piece at this point. My boyfriend and I broke up recently, and he won't stop DMing me on Instagram, but he's only sending me pictures of corgis. There's some men in the crowd that are like, oh, he's doing that too. Shoot. So it's this one corgi. She lives in my neighborhood. Her name is Ruby. Ruby of Wicker Park. And I just don't know if he's trying to get back together with me or he's just fucking this corgi now. It could be either one. But it is nice that it's kind of wholesome. You know, it's not like a dick pic that I didn't ask for, which is the only kind of dick pic I've ever received. And it's like timing is a big thing with those dick pics. It's like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. What am I supposed to do with this? I'm looking at Excel. And the only unsolicited dick pic I got, it was flaccid. I can look at a picture of a sad anteater on NationalGeographic.com any day of the frickin' week, okay? It'll give you the same emotional impact. And I think a dick pic that's flaccid, it's like a poverty line dick pic. Bare minimum, you know? It's just there. And then I was like, wait, what about me gives off the impression that I want to fuck a go-gurt? That's my vibe, I suppose. And all of my friends have been getting married, I'm in that point. I'm 27, so everyone is kind of like getting engaged, getting married. And I obviously don't have a date for any of these weddings. But I've seen so many speeches, it just gets tiring after a while. The most recent wedding I went to, the maid of honor was giving a speech about the groom. And she was like, when I met Ben, I knew he was special. He looked me in the eyes and shook my hand. Where is she meeting guys like this? I can barely get a guy to look at me, let alone touch my hand. And can barely meet a guy with eyelids or hands. I can barely meet a guy who will stick around after all his sons are born. I can barely meet a guy whose teeth I haven't seen dangling around some surfer's novelty necklace. I only fuck sharks. I love the shed. Joe told me her brother Ben is here. Ben and 40 of his friends. Hell yeah. What's up, guys? She asked me to tell you guys a sports joke. So I will tell you my only sports joke that I have. I went to college at Tulane University. Are you guys familiar? Someone's like, me too. It's in New Orleans, and it's a really wonderful place to go. Tulane is kind of like an incubator for the rich boys of the East Coast. And they graduate after 4 years with 3 things: a business degree, a cocaine addiction, and an unshakable belief that the only song to have sex to is Daddy's Home by Usher on repeat. You hear that song twice, and you're like, he doesn't know what a clitoris is. You hear that song the 4th time, and you're like, it's just sand down there. All dry. So the first guy I ever dated in college, he gave himself the nickname Buck. He was the kind of guy who would tell you that he read James Joyce. And when Buck and I dated, it was a kind of relationship where you're just in total denial the whole time. We're gonna get to the sports, I promise. Like, jumping through hoops, like, you know, all these red flags, I can't see them. Total Westminster dog show. And, like, it was kind of like the level of denial that Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics, he's a flat earther. He does not think the world is round. He also recently reaffirmed this in an interview. And, like, he gets on planes all the time whose routes are calculated based on the fact that the earth is round. And I dated a guy named Buck that didn't eat my pussy for 2 years. Kyrie Irving plays a game called basketball. You win the game of basketball by using a globe-shaped object. And I dated a guy named Buck that didn't eat my pussy for 2 years. Kyrie Irving and I could have both just used the internet to figure out what our problems were, right? Like, but he still thinks that the earth is flat, and like I almost did anal with Buck. But I didn't. Guys, don't worry, I started reading Dan Savage, and I was like, let me peg you. And he was suddenly no longer interested. But he had kind of the sad story when we were dating that his dad passed away. And so it's really hard to break up with someone, you know, when their dad dies, even if they've never made you come. So I would just tell myself, like, that was why. Like, he was too sad to eat my pussy. I was just like, it's like so confusing down there. There's so many flaps and stuff. Like, all the tears probably got in the way. Like, maybe you just need 2 parents to eat pussy. No. But I get my pussy eaten now, so it's cool. It's cool. A woman just gave me the peace sign. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know. All right, there's a lesbian interpreter here, and he's gonna help me out. He has a front-facing trucker hat, so I think he knows what he's talking about. Has the same haircut, though, of some women I've dated, so come on. I'll leave you on this. When my boyfriend and I broke up, I went to a psychic because my copay for therapy was still really high. And I was like, well, this girl has a twin. That's kind of spooky. Like, she can read my chakras, tell me what's up. And she read all my chakras, and your seventh chakra is in your head, and it is your chakra that tells you your most recent past life. And mine was a dolphin. So, like, let's unpack that. There's two kinds of dolphin facts. There's, like, the Morgan Freeman narrated family vacation at Sandals, PG-13 kind of dolphin facts. And then you have the like sidebar ad on uges.com of 3dalienfuckworld.net that's like so repulsive you have to open up a new tab and like drag it over because you spent 45 minutes finding this softcore lesbian bondage video and like you have to wake up for work in 5 hours and your thumb kind of already hurts because you've been scrolling so much and like is it even really worth it at this point? So you just fall asleep cradling your vibrator like a dead baby bird you picked up off the sidewalk. Kind of dolphin facts. Because dolphins will have intercourse with each other through their blowholes. They will put a penis in the only orifice that they need to survive. They'll literally risk death to come. It's kind of like humans. We're not so alone after all. I like to think David Carradine was also a dolphin in his past life. You guys have been so wonderful. Are you excited to see your headliner? All right, keep it going for the wonderful Jill Firestone.
Keep it going for Clare Austen-Smith, everybody. Man. Oh, that was so great. It was so great. You guys, everyone.